Good morning, it's Carmen here. I'm here, Pachino, Sicily. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here. I'm just standing outside where I live. This is the house that I've been in for the past 3 years. A house that's been in the family for many years. It was my grandmother's parents' house. So it's been in the family for a long time. And I've been here for 3 years, and this is a big school that was built, I think, either during or right before World War II. And this was actually a headquarters for Germany when Mussolini and Hitler were aligned together. They used this as a headquarters at the school here. There's a cat there, and sometimes there's a ton of cats that are here. This schoolyard is locked during the day when school's not in, so it's like I guess a safe zone, and there's lots of cats that gather, and there's people that people that own the bakery next door. They come out and give the cats food pretty regularly. So this is where I've been for the past 3 years, and now I'm getting ready to move on. 2 weeks today I'll be leaving, and I'll be making my way towards Napoli first. Buongiorno. Oh. And I'll be going there for 3 days and doing some ministry there, meeting with some friends that I know that are there. Some friends that I actually met when I first got here in Catania. They are originally from Romania. They are gypsies. And I've been in touch with them, in contact with them. I actually stayed with them about a year ago when I went to Napoli. If you've been keeping track, you might remember them. But after there, I'll be going to Albania. I'll be staying there for 2 nights in Albania, somewhere that I've been twice before, just for a couple of days, but I've liked Tirana and the ministry there. And I don't know if the future holds more ministry in Albania, but I figured I'd stop there on my way to Belgrade and have a brother in Christ in Tirana that I'll meet with and do some ministry and fellowship with there. And then on to Belgrade. So I'll be arriving in Belgrade, the Lord willing, on the 26th of April. And that's the plan. And when I arrive in Belgrade, I will have a place that I have booked for a month. So I have the same place that I actually stayed in last year. I stayed there for 3 months last year, and I have that place for a month booked, and in that month I have to find another place to live for longer term. And I guess I'm making this video that I'm asking, please pray for me. Pray that everything would be in order as I leave Italy, and that the Lord would order my steps as I go on this journey and transition ultimately to Belgrade, where I plan to live there for the time being. How long will that be? People ask me. I don't know. I didn't know how long I would be here. I'm blown away sometimes when I think about it, that I've been here for 3 years in Italy. And this was, I believe, a preparation to take this step to Serbia. Because when I received confirmation that I'd come to Italy, I felt the same evening, it was actually night, it was the middle of the night, that the Lord showed me I'd be going to Italy, then I'd be going to Belgrade. And at that time I didn't fully know what that meant, because I have taken a few trips to Belgrade while I've been in Italy. But now I'm planning to go there and to live there for this time and to continue ministering there. And the main reason for my last trip there for those 3 months, which is the longest that I've ever stayed, was just to receive peace and confirmation that this was what the Lord wants. So I had that peace, I had that confirmation. I'm taking this step. There's a lot of unknowns. I don't know where I'm going to live right now after this 1 month rental that I have. So the Lord knows where that's going to be. Please ask that He'd make it clear to me. And, I guess I'll be open financially. It's going to be different as well, because here I don't have to pay rent. It's my grandmother's house. And there, I'm assuming going to have to pay some sort of rent every month for whatever place that I do find. So I trust that if it's the Lord's will, He's going to provide, and how that provision comes, He knows. Please pray for me that the Lord would make the way and make things clear to me. And, if this includes getting some sort of work in Belgrade, I am more than willing, as the Lord leads, to do whatever work He tells me to do. I left my career in 2016, and since then, there's been a few times that I had considered going back to work or doing some sort of job for an income. But over and over and over again, the Lord confirmed for me to continue the work that He's given me to do, which mainly I consider to be evangelism ministry, and that He would provide what's needed to do it. And, along the way, there's been many trials, many tests, times where I'd been in, I guess, financial situations I had never experienced before, but the Lord has been faithful the whole time to give me all that I need. And I haven't lacked anything along the way. It's taught me some lessons. There'd been times where I wasn't sure how things were going to be worked out, but the Lord works everything out in His timing, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I think I've learned a little bit of what Paul meant in that, because he mentions in his walk with the Lord that he had times of abundance, he had times where he lacked, he had different situations that he had been through, but he was able to do all things through Christ who strengthens him. So the Lord has at different times put me to the test to see where my faith is. And I'm not going to say that I've arrived yet, because I don't think we have arrived until we truly arrive. But definitely this has been, these 3 years in Italy, I think preparation and also breaking things in me that needed to be broken, I think, to get me ready to take this step now to, I'll say, a strange land with a people of a different language. I don't have any relatives there. I do have, thankfully, brothers and sisters in Christ that I've met there over the years, and I have a few different churches now that I have connected with in my trips there. So I've been there 6 times. This will be my 7th time going to Serbia and to Belgrade. So it's interesting. God's number of perfection is 7, and on the 7th trip, I'm planning to stay there. And I trust that the Lord will open again and close those doors according to His will. So please pray for me. And if you do feel led to support me in what I'm doing in this ministry to Serbia, and I believe it's going to be the surrounding region in the Balkans as well, then there is options that you can support my ministry in the description of the video if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, you can reach out, and there's different ways that you can support what I'm doing. But mainly I need prayer more than anything, because if I have prayer support, everything else will fall into place, and I trust that the Lord will make the way. But yes, it's a beautiful day here in Pachino, Sicily. This is outside of the school, and there's actually a plaque here. You know what? I'll show this to you guys because it's interesting. There's a plaque here that shows in World War II, where, if you can see down here, this is where, and forgive me, I am not good with history, but the Allies came in to start liberating Italy from the Germans. Okay, here we go. This is, see, it says the Canadian campaign in Sicily. So I'm just going to read it. It says, on July 10th, 1943, Canadian soldiers landed on the beaches along this coast as a part of the first major Allied invasion of Europe in the Second World War. Canadian sailors manned vessels offshore while Canadian airmen fought in the skies above. Although the initial assault went smoothly, resistance hardened dramatically in the interior. 1st Canadian Infantry Division and 1st Canadian Army Tank Brigade battled forward in the harsh summer sun in the foothills of Etna, that's Mount Etna near Catania. Thus began Canada's contribution to this chapter in the liberation of Western Europe. So that's just some of the history here, and there's a lot of there's a monument near the city hall that pays tribute to the Canadians that helped to liberate Sicily. And the reason why I got a little bit emotional here is because there's one day that I came, really the first time that I came out to read this, and I see that that the Allies came in through Pachino, and that's how they started to liberate Italy in the Second World War from the Germans, from Hitler's control. And what I came to my mind when I came here is like, here I am, the Lord sent me here to Pachino. I never imagined I'd ever live here, but He sent me here to preach the gospel, the way we can truly be liberated from the enemy and from the strongholds of Satan. And what happened all those years ago physically, I believe that there's been an impact with the ministry here, and ultimately, it's that souls might be saved and be freed. And yeah, sorry, I got emotional when I first read that, because God knows His plans. God knows His plans. And as we also just mentioned, pretty much wrapping up the ministry here through the streets. We've gone street by street, and we've hit many of these streets in Pachino. And there's little sections that haven't been covered yet. Maybe I'll try to get some of those little sections done before I go. But yeah, I believe, as it was led of the Lord, that it's going to have an impact. And already I've had so many different testimonies of people that heard us preaching through the street, and then I would meet them later on. Just yesterday at the city hall, I was going to check something out about the house that I have to take care of before I go. And she's like, "Oh, were you preaching through the street the other day?" And I said, "Yes." So she's like, "Oh, I saw you and somebody else, and I was wondering what you guys were doing." And I had a good conversation with her, gave her a tract, and she seemed very, very open and receptive. And yeah, there's been many testimonies of people that have heard us preaching. Some people that shut the doors on our faces, but that comes with the territory. But yeah, I'm sort of just rambling on now. But now I'm heading, and I gotta be on my way now to get my driver's license done. It's been probably about 2 years that I've been trying to get this done, and God willing, I can get this driver's license taken care of. I want to hopefully get this before I go, so I'll have my Italian driver's license, which is also good in the European Union, and it's good for I think about 10 years. So I'll be good without even a Canadian permit, because that's what I've been doing. I've been getting an international permit with my Canadian license, and I just renewed it for another year in January, the last time I was in Canada. But that's a bit of an update. Please keep me in prayer. I will continue to keep you in prayer, whoever's watching this. I always pray that, whoever is watching, whoever is praying, that the Lord would bless you and continue working in through your life as well. Thank you for listening. Be well in the Lord, and God bless.